Yo, this official, and I rep the Bay Area, also known as the Yay area. I mean, growing up, probably Rakim, NWA, Tribe Called Quest, Mac Dre, 40, Tupac, so many to name before me. But yeah, there's a lot, but those are the major ones.
So what made you want to get into the music business?
I started out as a DJ, and that's really what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a DJ. I didn't even want to be an artist at first. I just wanted to be like a Terminator X, the silent person. But then I started getting into writing music and producing music, and there's so much creativity that you can do in music, and that's kind of how I got into like the artist part of it.
And you mentioned wanting to be a DJ. About how old were you when you started getting into that whole scene?
DJing, I was about 16 years old when I started DJing, and I started making beats off my sampler on the mixer, and just using break beats, and the rest is history.
So about what age you think you were when you realized you wanted to be an MC?
I was probably like 18 or 19. I mean, I just started writing stuff, just for the fun of it, and everything just kind of developed. I just kept getting better and better, and I just kind of focused into that as I got older.
So, what are your thoughts on the current state of music?
I mean, it's funny because when I was growing up, music was more fun. It was gangster too, but it was more fun also. And now today it's more commercial. A lot of people are rapping about what they got, how much money they got, what kind of cars they have, and it's really changed. There's a lot of simple raps out there too. But don't get me wrong, there is still artists that rap about real stuff and talented artists out there, but it seems like it's focused more towards commercial music these days.
So how would you describe your style?
I would say my style is different. It's not, I wouldn't categorize it as East Coast or West Coast. It's just different. I try not to do the same things. On my album, it's like I don't rap a certain way. The beats don't sound alike. Everything sounds different. I rap slow, I rap fast. So it's just a variety of music, and I try not to stick to one style. I try to just broaden my horizons and do as much as I can.
What ways has your music changed from when you first started out?
I would say when I first started out, I was just rapping. I was rapping for the fun of it, Then as I got older, my rap started really focusing more on stuff people can relate to. It's more real. It's I just write for things that happen in my life. I don't write for just everything's developed over the years. So
now I want to jump back to something real quick. When we asked about how long you've been doing music, and you mentioned it's been a long journey, it's been a difficult journey. What's the most difficult thing you had to endure in your musical career?
I would just say people promising things and they never deliver. I mean, that's the hardest thing in music. Everybody wants to say what they can do for you, but at the end of everything, you find out who's real and who's not. And throughout my musical career, I mean, I met so many people and been promised so many things. So to be where I'm at now, I'm just grateful and blessed to be where I'm at right now.
You were describing the hurdles you had to endure in your musical career. What about your personal life? What's been the hardest thing for you to overcome? And you're still pushing with moving forward in your music, but personally, what's the most difficult thing you've had to endure?
Personally, probably just growing up with, a single mom who was trying to raise 3 kids. I was the only man in the house, and she was just trying to do everything for us. I remember we used to live in motels for a while. We used to live with her friend's family. Just going through all that, made me the person I am today. Even though I had hard times, there's always somebody out there who's had it worse. So, I'm just glad I went through everything I went through, and I'm just blessed to be where I'm at.
What do you hope to do with your music?
To be honest, I hope to provide for my family. I hope my music can provide for my family, for my daughter, and I hope, just people like the music I make. I'm not trying to, do anything complicated. I want to be the best I can, and just support my family. That's the most important thing.
What's on your iPod right now?
I still listen to Tupac. I like the old rap. I still listen to the old rap more than anything else. There's some cool songs out now, but for me, on my iPod, my favorite rapper of all time is Tupac, because he did so many songs that just anybody can relate to one Tupac song. That's what I love about his music, is just his songs, anybody can feel it. Whether it's about a girl or it's about some hard stuff. That's why everybody loves Tupac.
So how does it feel to finally get your big break?
It feels great. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long road to get here, but now that everything's rolling, it feels great.
We know you got a new album coming out. Why don't you give us a little insight on what producers you've been working with, what we can expect to hear on your debut, your first major label album?
Producers on the album, I'm working with X. He's from Sacramento, California. Very talented producer. He definitely got a different sound than anybody in the game right now. Tracks a Million. He did a track for me on the album. He's a well-known producer in the Bay Area. And Auditory's on the album. He's a producer out of LA. Just a lot of different producers I'm working with.
So what would you say would have to be your favorite song on your album?
I got 2 favorite songs on my album, actually. One of them is probably You Got Mail. And the reason why is because the song is just so different. The flow on it is different. The beat is crazy. And it's I guarantee you, listen to that song, it's like nothing you ever heard before. And the other one is it's called Love and Hate. And the reason why I like that song so much is because I produced the beat for one, and second of all, it's just about stuff people can relate to.
Now your single that's out now, Blah Blah. It's currently number 6 on the charts. What was the whole concept? What was your inspiration for that song? And what was it like doing the video? The video's all over the internet right now. Everybody's checking it out. What was, give us a little insight in the whole concept of that song and video.
Well, the funny thing about this song is the song Blah, is because that song wasn't even supposed to be created. We were doing a remix for a song that I had called Bounce. And the producer, shout out to Jordan. Jordan's the producer on the Blah track. He was doing a remix for the Bounce song, and he had this one instrument that I liked. And I told him it doesn't sound right on the Bounce song, but I want him to take that one single track and make a whole new song out of it. So that's what he did. He took that sound and made a whole different track out of it, and that's how Blah came about, you know what I mean? And as far as I also hooked up with my boy Jo Hoffa on that track. Me and him been doing music for like 10 or 15 years now, so I want to get him involved on it, and just came out cool.
Your album is called Multiple Personalities. What was your inspiration for coming up with that title?
The reason why I call it multiple personalities is because the album is so different. I mean, you have a song, like I did a song called You and Me with a girl from France. Her name is Shadin. And that's kind of an R&B-ish song. And you go from a song like that to a song like We Run This, which is more of a harder song. And everything is just so different. So that's why I wanted to call it multiple personalities, because it's just not just one sound. It's all types of varieties.
Now, you've been mentioning a few people that are on the album. What was it like working with this, like, you know, different array of artists and different array of producers that you work with on this?
It was great, man. I mean, a lot of these people I knew before on the album. Got people like Chris Calico, who's in Tech Nine's camp. Man, if you haven't heard his music, go check out Chris Calico, because the guy's really talented. I got E40 on the album. That's one of the most down-to-earth people I've ever met. He's really cool, and I mean, you got so many people on the album, it's crazy. So it was great to work with everybody.
Now, when we first started, you mentioned you're from the Bay Area, from California, from the West Coast. What's it like being from Cali and being signed to a label in the UK?
It's cool, it's different. It's hard at times because I'm over here in Cali and everything's going on in the UK. But I like the fact that it's different, you know what I mean? It's a whole nother market of people. And you know, I can't wait to get out there and you know, just check out the scene.
You mentioned trying to get out there and checking everything out. Do you have any plans to go out there in the near future? And also with that, what places would you like to perform the most, whether it be overseas or, you know, in your home state of Cali?
I do plan to go out there soon. The record label's trying to work on that now. As far as where I'd most like to perform, I know most artists would say probably Madison Square Garden or something like that. But to be honest with you, you know, I'm most looking forward to performing overseas, because I just want to experience different cultures, different people, and just a different lifestyle. I mean, that's what life is all about, is doing things that you haven't done before.
You've been giving us a little insight into your music and your different styles and what gives you inspiration. Are you working on anything new right now that, you know, maybe you can give us a little sneak peek of, something you can, you know, let your fans hear real quick?
I'm working on a few different tracks. I'm working with new artists. I'm working with people like from the Bay Area. I'm working with Mr. Fab, Spice One. I'm working with a lot of bigger artists. I'm not gonna say who they are yet, because we haven't did the song yet, but it's coming soon. And yeah, I could give you a sneak peek. I'm working on a song called Ice Cream. And that's gonna be a new single coming out later, and it's gonna be big, man. So yeah, I'll give you a little sneak peek of it. Hey boy, hey boy, hey boy, hey boy, I know that you want some of this ice cream. Ice cream, I got the sweet boys, that's what it is, girl, all the I love the way she top it off, baby. Can I get a taste for some? All right, that's enough.
In saying that the artists that you want to work with, or you are working with now, you mentioned a few artists, mostly from the States, from the Bay Area. What about, you know, being that your label is in the UK, how about any artists from you know, over there you're going to work with, or is anybody that you want to work with?
Yeah, I mean, when I get over there, I plan on networking with artists over there in the UK, and just, you know, I'm not too big for anybody. I'm just trying to network and make good music. And whoever wants to make good music with me, I'm with it.
So what's the craziest or just weirdest, just wildest thing that's happened to you, whether it be, you know, at a show or working with somebody, you know, in your music career, like the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you?
I got a story for you. One time a promoter from Arizona, he wanted us to come out, and he said that, you know, we've got a show for you, opening it up for Snoop and all these major people. So we went down to Arizona. We get there, And come to find out, the guy is lying about everything. He doesn't know anybody except he's the errand boy for the football player Thomas Jones. So we're thinking like, man, we just wasted a whole trip coming out to Arizona, and you know, this guy's just been messing around with us the whole time. So anyways, what happens later is we go to this club, and we're telling the story to the bouncer. He tells a story to the club owner, and the club owner listens to our music, and he's like, you know what? He's like, your music is tight. I'm gonna have you guys perform tonight. We got Swiss Beats coming in, and there you go. So anyways, that night we go up there, and this girl comes up to me and she asks me, you know, what do you do? Who are you? And we haven't even performed yet, and I'm just like, wow, you know. And so I tell her what I do. You know, I'm an artist. I'm from California. And she says, well, I'm from J Records. You know, if people don't know who J Records is, that's, you know, Busta Rhymes, Alicia Keys, a lot of big time people are signed for that. So anyways, we ended up, you know, she wanted to see us perform, and I mean, just, it's funny just how something goes so bad and then it turns so good. So I mean, it was just a crazy night.
So you get asked to go to this show. This dude is just full of crap and has nothing lined up for you guys. And you end up making some contacts with some folks from a major label and able to perform at a club just by telling folks that we were out here on some bullshit story.
Right. Well, I mean, that, and they heard the music. So it's just funny how something can bounce, you know, something could be so terrible and then just, you know, turn right around.
Out of all the songs that are on this album, what's your favorite line from any of those songs?
Wow, my favorite line, probably be, I'll snatch your purse, take Alicia's keys to see how much a woman's worth. You know what I'm saying?
If there was anything out of your entire musical career that you could change, what would that be?
I mean, just wisdom, just everything I know now, I wish I knew back then. You know, I can't. So much things I would have did differently, but you know, it is what it is. So just take it how it is now.
Now, with the long road that you've already traveled, where do you see your career in 5 years? Who do you see yourself working with? Anything like that?
I mean, I just want to be relevant. That's it.
With that, is there anybody that you want to give like your shout out to, or you know, give some acknowledgement to some folks out there?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my label, UV Entertainment, for supporting me like they have been. They've been putting in a lot of work, and it's paying off because we got Blog number 6 right now on the charts. I want to give a shout out to my boy Big Dave. I want to give a shout out to my boy Juan, and you know, shout out to my daughter Deja. Shout out to everybody who supported me.